Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
What's up, guys? We're back again, kicking it stateside, boys. Brian, how are you doing, my man?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm very excited to get back rolling into this soccer season.
I know, finally. We're
This is the third break of the year already.
I feel like they come at like the worst times too. It's like we're really getting rolling. It's like 3 weeks are flying by, and you're like, ooh, it's getting good. And then all of a sudden they hit you with that international break. Like, I understand they're trying to, get the Euro qualifying in and everything, but
yeah, we're pretty much
just
done with it, thank God.
Yeah, today was the last day. I actually didn't even see any scores.
Oh, yeah, we'll rattle some off later in that part, but there were
awesome.
A lot of high-scoring games.
To be expected, I guess. But, so I guess today, since no Prem this past weekend, so we're going to talk, the U.S. men's national team. They actually got a win over Canada this time, 4-1.
It's amazing.
So they actually looked pretty decent.
Yeah, it was really exciting to see them
actually
do what they were supposed to do. Yeah, it just I don't know. It's like bittersweet for me because then this whole like Berhalter thing, like it just keeps
I know it's like
leveling him back out.
He got a nice
like,
win.
Oh yeah, you beat Canada. Like
you beat the 79th team in the world.
Yeah,
way to
exactly.
go.
But no, it was a nice win though. I was excited to see. So I liked the squad that was picked. Defense looked really good, which was a promising thing.
Yeah. So we'll kind of dive into that then in a little bit. We were going to start with that, but there's also some breaking news that
huge breaking news.
Literally like 2 hours ago.
So it answers a question that we had is who was going to be the first manager out.
Yep. And we got it.
Yes. And it's the best one out of all of them.
Yeah, so Mauricio Pochettino got canned today from Tottenham.
Gone.
Literally a couple hours ago. So
yeah, on my ride here, basically.
Yeah, so I guess we will start then with kind of maybe figuring out who's next to take over, how they're going to do going forward,
The big talks is Mourinho.
Yeah, supposedly, but
The man loves London.
It could be a destination. We'll see.
Trip right up North London. We'll see. See if they go with a youth movement or if they go with an old
player. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, we'll kind of dive into that too. Then we'll talk about obviously the Prem coming up, week 13. Some good matchups coming up. Man City, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Kind of like probably the second biggest matchup, I guess, thus far besides the Liverpool City.
Yeah, that's absolutely. This is big game for Chelsea right now to really
it's a
show.
lot to prove.
Absolutely.
See if you could actually play with the top two big boys here.
Yeah.
See how this young kind of team will adapt and react to maybe a huge game.
Make some progress in the top four, stay up there, and
it's
see what City's made of, and they're definitely not the City of last year right now.
No, absolutely not.
Say losing guys like Company. Veterans in there on defenses hurt. So
for sure.
Yeah.
And we'll a couple questions for our Q&A segment and also our usual red card, yellow card. We saw again negatively racism. Three straight weeks now.
3 straight weeks. I made a Twitter post on my ride here about it too. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, this time in Holland.
Yeah, it's just spreading all over
One guy does it, and then you see
and they're getting recognition for it. I think.
Well, that's
feel like
the thing,
some of
which
them,
is huge. Where
and every time that happens, that seems to be the trend. So
unfortunately, yes, but I mean, it should be a pretty jam-packed show. We got obviously our 2 poll questions. We got one up on the A2D site. Chelsea will beat Man City on Saturday. Agree or disagree? We'll see again how the young Chelsea squad fares against a little bit more of an experienced team for sure.
Definitely.
And our YouTube poll question is, you are feeling confident moving forward with the U.S. men's national team after their win over Canada. Agree or disagree? So we'll kind of see.
See if they show up tonight.
Yeah, that's true.
What kind of result we get tonight? If it's
tough game against Cuba.
Yeah, I mean they should just go dominate this game. So
should.
Yeah. Keyword.
Yeah, should. But yeah, before we get rocking and rolling, we got a couple sponsors. Of course, our boys ATS Sport Picks. Obviously, with our predictions, Yeah,
we're gonna have 4 again this week, so you can use those if you'd like. And you can use the info throughout the other games that we discussed, too, if you don't want to just pick these.
Absolutely. Or anything.
Whatever
game, I'm sure they got it. You can visit them, atsportpicks.com, and use the promo code A2D to get 20% off. So
I wonder what the line was on the Potch firing. I'm sure there's
some prop bet. Or who was the first to go.
Yeah.
And if you picked him, you're sitting pretty good.
He outlasted Silva.
Which is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I kind of thought the expectations were even higher.
I think
in
it was
Tottenham than it is.
It was
in
either
Everton,
definitely Silva or Poch.
Yeah.
I feel like that was like
who's
gonna go, and we see Pochettino.
Yeah,
he's out,
gone.
So I guess we can get into that. I mean,
and then the other sponsor, we are Specialized Physical Therapy. They are located in Cherry Hill, Burlington, and Princeton, New Jersey. You can find them on the web at specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Definitely need guys like this when you're out there hurting yourself, when your team's doing something bad.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
A lot.
Pulling muscles in your back, being the armchair quarterback or armchair center back, I should say, in our
as we get old, as we think we can still do some stuff like play football outside, and you're like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, speaking of, I got one of those games coming up with the dads from my daughter's soccer team. We play Thanksgiving morning, early morning. Last year, it was literally, I don't know if anybody from this area knows, it was like -3 with the wind chill. It was horrible.
You're playing American? You're playing American
American
football?
football. Unfortunately, I can't get enough of it.
I thought you were having like a dad like soccer game.
Dude, I wish.
Sick.
There's like one dad on that team that could actually go out and play, but we're going to
Just one.
Yeah, the rest of them I don't think I don't even think half of them know what they know other than what they see from their kids playing, so it is what it is.
Right on.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, let's get into this. So, the top headline, I guess, Pochettino is out.
He is gone.
So, Mourinho apparently is the guy.
He is the absolute front runner. I mean, he put his name into the hat about, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago
they're
now.
Saying this for a decent bit now.
Yeah, he's kind of come out and said he's wanted to coach again. He only wants to coach for a big club. I guess they qualify for a big club with the money that they spend and the new stadium. And I mean, it's a good opportunity for him. And, I don't know. I'm kind of glad, I guess, that Poch is gone.
Yeah.
I mean, being a Tottenham hater.
Or did you want him to stay?
That's the thing. I feel like
to have them keep struggling like they are.
A new coach might come in and make some changes and turn them around, but we'll see. I don't know what their plan is going forward.
I mean, apparently him and Daniel Levy met today and discussed, obviously, or Pochettino said that he wasn't happy with the squad depth that he was kind of given, and they didn't make enough moves in certain areas, I guess, and there were some things that they just didn't see eye to eye on, and I'm sure Poch is a pretty tough guy. He wasn't going to bend, and he stood firm, and he was like, well, if we're not going to agree, then I'm going to go.
Well, I think Levy's problem was they didn't develop anybody. Yeah. Like, I can't think of, many of the players, on that team that weren't paid for or, that were really developed in his time there and academy. Got better. Yeah, or even guys that were bought and then brought in, like, no one really got better. No one really improved. I don't know. Under him.
It was a weird year because you look at Christian Eriksen, of course, his whole shit. Yeah. He's probably going to go. And Harry Kane, there's always talks with him to somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's just Tottenham's not a big enough club, I think, to keep some of these people. And I think that's what Pochettino was probably arguing to Daniel Levy, who's the chairman. And he was like, dude, like, we want to be one of those teams, those top tier, where people don't just come here and is a stepping stone. We want them to stay. And that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
You get Harry Kane, you get Eriksen. They're probably world-class players, but who else? Eriksen, Harry Kane. That's it.
Yeah. I guess
Sonny's good.
Sonny's good,
but he's a world-class player.
I guess part of the
he's
problem,
a really good player.
Part of the problem with that team would be that they did succeed.
Yep.
And that they raised the expectations and they raised the bar for what that program should be. But now they're at a point where, they really should be selling guys like Harry Kane and getting the money and rebuilding, and maybe they don't have the depth in the youth system and things like that to bring up, and that's part of the problem too.
Yeah, and like you said, I don't think the structure is just not there. Maybe as some of like the Chelseas you see with the good academies, and Man United usually has a good academy too. But I don't know.
It's like was it sustainable to be a top 6 club and to be competitive for Champions League year after year?
It's
for
like
that club.
The direction, obviously, they weren't going to see eye to eye.
No.
Daniel Levy, it's two hard-headed dudes, and Daniel Levy is, he's not going to change, apparently, and Poch was like, well, if you're not going to bring in players and give me the money that, to make this team a top 2-3 team, then why am I even here anymore?
Exactly. So, he's going to be out, and I think what they'll do, they probably will sell some players coming up in the next 2 transfer markets and take some of that money and probably start kind of, not from the ground up, but rebuild around some of the younger players that they have. And it's kind of be a reclamation project, I think, for Spurs fans. I think they're going to have to be very patient because it seems to be pretty messed up there right now.
Yeah, it was a weird year for them. And again, I don't know if you can blame Pochettino. I mean, is it his, was he not motivating the guys? I mean,
I don't know. I just think some of his lineup decisions
were
very questionable.
Issue, I guess.
I thought his lineup decisions were questionable, and that's what they had said on the one thing I was reading. It was basically that and his player development. Those 2 things. Like, he didn't make anybody better. Like, your job as a coach is when somebody comes in to take the best of their abilities and use it and continue to grow them and make them a better player. And he never seemed to do that. Like, again, he buries a guy like Lucas Moura, who every time he gets a chance to play for him, played well, and then he, sits the bench for 3 straight games. Mm-hmm. And they always pan to him every game, sitting there with his little skull cap on, freezing. Like, dude, I'd love to be out there right now running and staying warm, but
somebody doesn't like to play me.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see who comes in and does what, but I would not be surprised at all if it was Mourinho.
It's a special one.
Making his comeback to the Prem. Big job. Because they have become. I mean, I hate to say it, unfortunately, they have become. I mean, they're expected to be a top 6 team every year. That's their expectations at this point, and it's not looking so well.
Yeah, very underwhelming performance thus far, and that's why he's not there anymore. And where do you think Poch ends up now? He's probably a hot commodity.
Oh, he's definitely a hot commodity. He'll end up in one of the other leagues. He'll end up in La Liga or Serie A most likely, I would think. But, I'll be interested to see.
Next big club that...
Yeah, what's open? I mean, is there anything crazy open right now that's...
Not really.
Not too much. Yeah, there hasn't been too much other movement, but...
Because he's still got Arsene out there. He's waiting in the wings to do... I saw he got hired by FIFA or something.
Yeah, he's like some big-time dude now with just FIFA. I think it was safer that way. Just stay around the game. You don't need to be with any one team.
That's all right.
I know. There was already calls on, because I still follow some of the Arsenal social media, and they were like,
it's kind of funny.
Hire Pochettino. I'm like, really? You want that? It's no better.
No.
It's no better than what you have.
But it'll be interesting to see if it's the Josie.
They should have hired Henry.
Well, he's already a coach.
I know.
We didn't even really we didn't get to talk about that. Was that after?
Yeah, that was on. It happened the morning of our Thursday show.
Yeah.
So we talked about it on there, but
Yeah, Thierry Henry is the coach of the Montreal Impact.
Yeah.
In the MLS now.
So now I'm gonna have to keep an eye on them.
Still
rock my Red Bulls though. Speaking of, you see Aaron Long.
Where's he?
Possibly Southampton.
Really?
Linked to coming over to the Prem. What a horrible place to end up though. Like if.
Yeah, they're going to be in the championship next year.
Yeah, exactly. You're not even going to be into the.
You're not going to play in any Premier League games, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. From January till the end of the year, that would be it. That would really hurt Red Bull though, big time. But you knew sooner or later it's going to come. The more he plays well for the U.S. team and gets that national
that's the exposure.
Exactly.
And he seems to be like, I guess that's a pretty good segue to get into the U.S. team.
Hell yeah, he scored a goal in that game.
Yeah.
It's my man.
I mean, I told you it should have been like that back line, Dest, John Brooks, and Aaron Long. I knew that was going to be what it was.
Yeah. And that was they did bring Yedlin in.
Yeah.
And who was the fourth? Tim Ream was the fourth starter.
Yeah.
Which we knew. Hey, he played okay.
We just don't have
we don't have it yet. Yeah.
But yeah, the U.S. men's national team actually won a game.
Oh my goodness!
We beat Canada on Friday, 4-1, in a miserable Orlando.
Yeah,
it looked terrible there.
It did.
But I mean, we come out flying, scored 2 in I think what was it?
For 23 minutes.
23
minutes.
Yeah,
Jordan got the first one in 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and then
I was like, oh, that's a great start for once.
Yeah, and then Jonesy got his first in the 23rd, and then he added the late one.
Little Zardes.
Yeah, and Long had the one before the half too.
So yeah, what do you think? Were you impressed? Not impressed?
I mean,
is it just Canada and we take all this with a grain of salt?
Yeah, I mean, you did what you were supposed to do. This should have been the same thing you did in the first game, and not lost 2-0.
Yeah, I honestly, you look at maybe, and you shouldn't be scared playing in Toronto.
No.
Playing Canada in Toronto, I don't know.
All these guys, half of them are MLS players that play in Toronto at least once a year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what was the difference between that first leg and from Friday night?
I don't know.
It was the same teams. They rolled out the
motivation.
Same lineups.
I mean, honestly, I thought the first game with the lineup should have been a little better because we had Christian in there.
Yeah.
And he didn't even play in this one, so it's the inconsistency. That's the problem. That is the biggest problem, and we'll see tonight. Like, you can't come out and just like somewhat beat Cuba tonight. Like, it's got to be at least 4.
You'd hope so.
You know, I don't know if you necessarily go out trying to put 6 up again on the road.
Last time it was 7. I thought it was 6.
It was 7 last time. Yeah. So I mean, you don't even need to do that. Like 4-0 would be okay.
You'd be okay with that? Just 4?
Just 4 would be okay. But like, you shouldn't be. It shouldn't be competitive. It really shouldn't. If you look at this Cuba team, like nothing against the team, but like they're just not that team.
No.
Like they have not won in forever. They're a team that you should beat every single time you play them. It shouldn't ever be a question.
Yeah, this little Nations League thing, it's like we have to win. We have to win and not lose by, or we just have to win basically because our goal differential is already higher than Canada.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. And I follow the Canadian national team on Twitter, and they were talking shit after. They were like, well, look at the table. We're still like, you've played one more game, and we still get to play Cuba. So
it's like they're in trouble. Sorry.
But, like, if we don't beat Cuba and we, like, draw Cuba and we don't win this little group, I'm going to be, like, it's going to be ridiculous.
That's rock bottom for us then.
Yeah.
We thought the Trinidad one was
that would be rock bottom. If you don't win this game tonight against Cuba and win this little table here.
I don't think Cuba had a soccer team until, like, recently.
Yeah, because we already had the goal differential. We're +8. They were +6. They had 9 points.
Yeah.
So we literally just win this game, and you win your little group.
That's it.
And
just win, baby.
That tournament will continue. We'll most likely lose to Mexico is what's going to happen. But
hey, come on. I'm trying to stay positive after that win.
I am positive. I just want to see Consistency.
I'm not positive.
I want to see consistency.
I forget. There's a stat I saw that Greg Burkhalter was the first coach to a certain amount of wins, like in a certain amount of games. Like
for the U.S. team?
Yeah. Like it was, I forget stat, but from the other coaches, his like average world ranking opponents is like terrible.
Yeah.
Compared to, I guess it was Bob Bradley might have been second quickest, but his was like 30 or 40 was his average.
Of like teams we've played, you mean?
Team world rankings from what Bob Bradley would, have a friendly against, France or like Brazil or something like that. Greg's playing Cuba and Canada and some of these like teams that are 70th, plus in the world rankings.
Right.
So again, that's another thing. You're like, well, yeah, he's the quickest to whatever wins, but
yeah, you're not playing the same competition. And that's the problem too. I would rather, if you're going to go out and lose a game anyway, I'd rather lose it to like a world power and maybe learn something. Like I feel like they need to have more friendlies like that. And that would get more attention, I think, on the game too. Like if you're if you're like, hey, U.S. is playing Brazil tonight, even if it's a friendly, like I feel like people would just watch just because like anybody who's, even if you're not a soccer fan, you pretty much know like Brazil, Germany, France, like all these countries, Portugal or like Argentina are well known for being good at the game. So when you have a matchup like that, I feel like that would draw more interest from just the casual fan.
Yeah.
Like your casual fan's not watching this game tonight. I'm going to watch this game tonight.
Nobody.
I'm hoping I can just turn it off at halftime and it's like 3-4-0 and I can not have to stress it. Yeah, but we'll see. See how he gets the boys motivated and what lineup he rolls out.
He's going to have a lot of subs or a lot of it's going to be a very different.
You think it'll be different than he played against Canada?
Oh, yeah.
He'll
roll out some of the more younger guys.
I don't think Jordan will play.
No.
Coming off the Sounders championship and then playing that last game. He'll play Will Trapp. He'll definitely play Will Trapp.
Will Trapp will
without
make
a doubt. He'll start. Have they announced the lineup yet? Probably not. They usually wait till it's pretty close. I'll take a peek.
Usually about 2 hours, I guess.
Yeah, we're right up.
But let me go down the last games
go ahead.
that we've played. So we played Canada twice. We played Cuba. We did draw Uruguay. We got smoked against Mexico. Then in the Gold Cup final, lost to Mexico. Beat Jamaica. Beat Curacao. Beat Panama. Beat Trinidad.
The Jamaica win was good.
Yeah.
I watched that. That was a good game.
And Trinidad, because a little revenge game almost.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that needed to happen. The Uruguay, it wasn't the Uruguay team that you're going to see
it was the B team.
In the World Cup.
No Cavani or Suarez.
No, but they played well. They played well in that game.
But besides CONCACAF teams, Chile, Ecuador, Venezuela, we got smoked by. That was Greg's year. He's beaten teams he should for the most part besides Canada.
Yeah, I mean,
which again, I don't want to hate him, but at the same time, the roster selection is really making it hard.
It is, because he's toying around and he has the talent there, I feel, if he needs to put it into the right positions and play each game to win. I get you want to develop. That's what training is for. That's what all this, is. But when you go to play these games, you got to play to win. Play some friendlies. I don't care, if you lose a friendly, but once you get, even if it's a tournament, it doesn't matter how big, small the tournament is. All these seem to matter for Gold Cup, and then Gold Cup matters for World Cup. So when you get in these, you got to play to win.
I mean, we're going to start seeing qualifying for the World Cup very soon. It's going to be here before we know it. And I know Greg's trying to figure out who he wants to take on the hexagonal journey, but it's like, dude, you got to – the fact that you keep calling in certain players is telling me that he's not really, making much. Like, he has a certain team in mind.
Yeah.
He has the Zardes in mind, and he has the Will Trapp still in his sights.
But then even if you do, then why not in some of these bring up some guys that, could impress you?
Yeah.
Give some other guys a chance. If you're so set that Will Trapp's going to be on your team no matter what, then
there's no way that guy makes the World Cup roster if we go there.
Yeah. All right.
There's no way.
If Berhalter's the coach, he does.
There's no way. Tyler Adams should be healthy.
Yeah. Should be
healthy, but
he's got to stay healthy.
He hasn't been back in a while.
I know. He's been
nagged with the injury, but
he came, didn't he? Did he come into the Canada game?
I don't think they're saying he didn't. He hasn't been he hasn't been really playing at all because he got hurt.
That sucks. He's a big piece for us, I think.
Yeah.
Unless you want to play Michael Bradley.
No, I think Michael's time has passed.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't realize he's like, what was he, 32 I saw?
Yeah.
33? I don't know. I don't think he's got another one left.
He's got to be off. Yeah, there's no reason to run him back out. I think that game.
By that comes around, he'll be 35, 36. That's.
Yeah. That game in Canada really should have been his last one for the U.S. national team.
Yeah, it's tough. We're starting to see that, kind of the old guard is coming to an end here, and now we're trying to find these young guys that will step in there. Just we'd like everybody healthy at one time because John Brooks finally came back. He looked pretty good. He looked a little rusty, first game back in a little bit, but he's our best center defender.
Oh, yeah. You put him and Long together, that's a great combo because Long's speed makes up for what he lacks a little bit there.
Yeah.
But his just knowledge and skill on the defensive end, really. It's a really nice combo having them. And then when you throw Dest into the mix.
He looked good.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get a solid left winger. Or if you could figure out a way to get Dest or Yedlin on that side and play them both.
If there was a way to get both of them on the field, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. That would
but
be.
Just one of those two either has to be I'll try and play the other side, but
no one seemed to step up at that point yet.
I think they're both pretty comfortable where they're at.
I was thinking Tyler Boyd played. That's the other Tyler.
Tyler Boyd is the New Zealand kid.
Yeah, he got into the game against Canada.
Sebastian Legit, he looked pretty good.
He just re-signed with Galaxy.
Did he?
Yes.
Nice.
Another. There's been some movement going on in MLS too. Timbers.
Oh, today was the expansion draft, wasn't it?
I believe.
Or tonight?
I think it's tonight. Because there's.
Or it's right now. It's 5:30, I think.
Somebody got picked up.
I want to say.
Yeah, dude. There's all kinds of shit.
Or Miami's picking 5 people, and who's the other expansion?
Nashville.
I think.
Yeah, it's Nashville.
So the way that works, teams can protect a certain amount of players, and they can leave a certain amount of players unprotected. And the teams that are going to be expansion next year basically gets to select 5 players from that pool, basically, and say, all right, you're come with me. So
yeah, so Legit re-signed. Galaxy extended Pavone's contract through 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Inter signed somebody before this little draft too. Miami. They signed a former U.S. prospect. I was pulling it up here to see. Inter Miami.
I always get confused with Inter Milan.
Signed Jerome Kesswetter.
Oh, Jerome Kesswetter.
Yes. So he was signed ahead of all these drafts. So they basically are taking the gamble that he's going to be a.
Where was he at? Inter Miami?
Yeah, they signed him
he was supposed
today.
To be
he was playing for
the next best thing in for the U.S. team. The next striker hasn't really worked out for him.
Yeah, he was playing in the USL Championship for El Paso Locomotive. So
nice.
Yeah, so he's their first signing ahead of all these drafts and all that.
That's huge.
Absolutely. It's exciting.
I was being funny.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Huge.
We got the expansion draft going on right now. It's live.
Decision Day 2019.
That's pretty cool. I forgot that they have that going on right now.
It's loud.
It is. I'm going to try and turn the damn volume
It's
off.
loud.
I didn't want the volume on.
Anything else you could think for the U.S. team before we?
No, not too much. Again, just show up tonight, man. Do what you're supposed to do, and
show up.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Win a game against Cuba.
Easier said than done.
Absolutely.
What was the other thing I want to check? Oh, the Euro qualifiers.
Oh, yeah, Germany won, 6-1?
Mm-hmm.
They dominated.
So we
Netherlands won 5-0.
Everything's secured.
Belgium dominated.
My Slovenian boys lost.
Yeah, big time.
They always play Poland tough.
They do.
For a small little nation.
Yeah, do they have
We're tough.
Google I want to see the table on the Euros. Like
who's actually getting in?
Yeah, they probably.
It's like the top 2 get automatic, and then the third place teams have to play a home and home.
Yeah, they'll have an
playoff.
Announcement too.
But I don't think
Euro table announcement. That's what I'm gonna look up.
I don't think Slovenia got in. I think Northern Macedonia.
I'll have Ralphie check that out for us. Can you see?
What was it?
Can you see if there's any way that you could find when they're gonna announce the tables for the Euros?
Yeah, I got you right. Yep.
Cool.
Euro 2020.
That'd be 2020, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they'll do a show where they put everybody the ping pong balls, and they'll pull out who plays who and who's in which group and all that now. Because now they'll get regrouped.
They should do that after the playoff legs, and that should be March-ish.
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to see. I know. There's still a little bit there because there's still a few final spots to be played for.
I think this is it. Today was it. I think today was the last day.
Okay.
Before the playoffs.
Right.
England, Czech Republic are in. Ukraine, Portugal are in. Germany, Netherlands are in. Switzerland, Denmark, Croatia, Wales, Spain, Sweden, Poland, Austria, France, Turkey, Belgium, Russia, and Italy and Finland.
So those are all your tops.
That's
top 2s in every
automatically
group.
They're
right.
in.
But now you have the playoff with some of the third place teams.
Right.
Yeah. So they won't announce any seedings for the actual tournament then until that's done.
That.
And
I want to say
when
that's
do those
March.
go?
I want to say March.
Okay. Yeah. I know there's a big break between now and then.
I want to say March. Ooh, Slovenia I think might get into the playoff.
The Dutch are almost a lock as one of the playoff teams, I think, though. Out of all the teams that are going to be in the playoffs, they're one of the tough ones.
Yeah, I haven't found anything yet, but it's just giving me the table that Adam was running off.
Okay.
As well.
Cool. Yeah, I was just wondering. I know it was a ways down the road, but
because they should have that coming up. Who out of the third place teams will play home and home? Yeah,
they'll announce that relatively soon.
Kosovo,
huh?
Nice, yeah. Northern Ireland.
Yeah, Northern Ireland could be
and Ireland.
The Ireland Republic.
Slovakia. Norway, nice.
There should be some pretty solid games in that tournament. That little
I think Slovenia, they have a better goal differential than Northern Macedonia.
Ooh.
Tough, I know. Iceland.
You know what the crazy thing is? Northern
Scotland.
Macedonia would probably whoop our team's ass.
No, come on, don't say that.
We'd probably definitely have.
The Greeks get in.
We would get challenged by Northern Macedonia.
Well, come on.
I'm telling you.
Let's not say that.
How many points did they score in that tournament?
They had 14 points. Them and Slovenia tied for 14 in third place in Group G, but Slovenia had a +5. Macedonia had -1.
And who were the other teams in Group G?
Poland, Austria won the grouping, 1-2, and then Israel and Latvia.
Oh, okay.
And Slovenia.
And who was in the other group with Northern Macedonia?
Slovenia, Israel, Latvia, Austria, Poland,
that's
North Macedonia.
That's a big
That
group.
was one group.
That's a big group.
There's some groups of 6 and some groups of 5, and the groups of 5 already finished up like last week, obviously, because they only played
That's right.
8 games instead of 10.
My Ivory Coast boys lost.
The African whatevers.
Yeah, it's the African Nations Cup qualifying now.
Oh, shit.
Actually, this was the group stage, qualifying group
I can't
stage.
keep track with all these tournaments
There's
and
too
stuff.
many. My man Serge Aurier scored the first goal in 3 minutes, and then they ended up losing 2-1 to Ethiopia. How crazy is
Embarrassing.
that? It is embarrassing.
Ethiopia has a team?
Dude, every country has a team. Look them up. Togo has a team.
I don't want to look up the Ethiopian national team.
They're probably legit. If they beat the Ivory Coast,
I doubt it.
I bet we'd struggle with them.
There's probably like one guy who's like insane.
Dude, I'm telling you, these countries, like, this is their game, bro. If they got a chance to play us, they'd be pumped.
Ethiopia?
Hell yeah.
We wouldn't even want to go over there, I bet.
We'd make them come here.
You're like, what? I don't think. Yeah, well, that's the Euros. That'll be another show once that gets closer, because that's, June?
Yeah.
That starts.
You can do an entire, during that whole, week.
Well, that's the good thing about, obviously, last year was the Women's World Cup, and we didn't have the show yet.
Right.
But now we have the Euros, which will take place for the Prem Talk.
Exactly. There's always something to
beautiful.
talk about, man.
That's what we like.
A couple friendlies today, too. Nothing crazy. Croatia. Brazil.
I guess the hot topics, I guess, in the world, just looking around, the racism thing, obviously, that's something that has been just rearing its head for the past 3 weeks at least. I feel like every time I'm trying to look, what we're going to talk about for the show, it's this country now. And now it's Holland, and it's like at the second tier, the Dutch second division I saw. It was
Holland of all countries, too, they're so racially diverse at this point. Like, you would not really expect that there. I hate to say it. Like, you not that you expect it anywhere, but when you hear it came from Italy, you're like, I kind of get that, like the old Italians and all that. But, like, I don't know. Holland seems like a very, very mixed, diverse country.
And it was a weird video, too. Like, they were mad as hell. And then he scored, like, a couple minutes later.
Oh, yeah, and gave him the shush. And then
they're freaking out. And I'm, like, in the stands. Like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, he did. He, showed him on the field, did what you're supposed to do, tried to shut the crowd up, and then it just got worse. It didn't shut him up at all.
No, not at all. That just put the fuel for the fire. But
yeah,
it's just, like,
is
there anything that anybody can do? Like, it's just going to keep happening.
I guess the sad thing is
because now that team is going to probably face some shit. And they'll probably have to play a couple games behind closed doors or whatever the case may be.
Absolutely.
So
it doesn't do anybody any good.
Well, it's always I don't know how many people, but it was like, okay, now you're just hurting the nice Dutch people in the seats that are with their kids, just like, yay.
It's a select group of people. I mean, you figure they're at a game like that. What is there? Maybe 5,000 people. Most likely.
It didn't look in the Dutch second division. It didn't look like the stadium was very big or filled.
So that's probably the average, 25 to 5,000 people. So there's just always, no matter how big of a crowd it is, it just proves there's always some idiot in the crowd.
Always.
And you gotta just ruin it for everybody. Just watch the game. What does any of that have to do with watching a soccer game?
I was gonna say they're nothing.
Nothing.
It's our team versus their team.
Yeah, if anything, you pump people up by doing that. Like he saw there, dude got pumped up and scored a goal.
Oh yeah,
and it was all right, keep talking.
Even
bro.
if you just get heckled, I feel like.
Yeah, heckling's one thing.
And then you're doing that. It's like, okay, well I'm gonna show you then.
Exactly. So.
But yeah, I didn't see any sanctions yet. They usually are.
Yeah, they haven't put anything
quick
down yet.
To come out with that.
Either they have, or maybe it's such a.
Again, it was a low league.
A lower league, yeah.
So
they're just not dropping the info.
I was on Twitter, and ESPN, I think, put it up and was like, well, Dutch second division, you see more of this racism stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was checking.
I'm like, oh my God. And I just put something on Twitter like a few days before that when I guess a good thing was when England played, what was it, Kosovo? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Kosovo people basically were putting up signs saying we welcome England and we're all like one and all this other stuff. And I think the whole crowd had like English flags like waving them. I was like, thank you. That's what we're looking for. And then I see this like literally 2 days later. I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, I thought we were doing good,
We were.
Just welcoming.
For a day, yeah.
It's like Kosovo, we don't tolerate that here or something. It was,
Yeah.
I forget the actual tweet. Let me look that up.
Real quick,
'Cause
just
I figured
going
it.
back to the Euros, too. Good job, Arsenal. Way to go. Aaron Ramsey just continuing to play really good soccer, and he is the reason that Wales is continuing on in the Euros. And he's playing really good for Juventus right now. Just saying. Serge Gnabry. Between Gnabry for Germany and Aaron Ramsey for Wales, they had 5 goals today. Both were just, let go from Arsenal for absolutely nothing.
That's what you like to see.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw the sign that Kosovo had
Yeah.
for England. It said, racism has no place in Kosovo. Our home is our friend's home. Welcome our beloved England.
That's really nice.
Yeah. And they had like little...
Yeah. Hey, at least somebody's doing something out there.
That was a nice gesture.
When the game starts, you better put them down and root for your team. But
no, they're rooting for both.
No, I'm not doing this rooting for both shit.
They're rooting for
No, we don't root for both.
They're rooting for a good time.
No.
We just want to see everyone really good.
No.
And hope everyone gets along.
Nope. I don't play that shit.
Yeah.
There's got to be a winner. There's got to be a loser. That's life.
That's true.
It's all right to show some support on a topic like this, but that's it. And then once that happens, it's game time, baby.
Once the whistle blows, it's it.
Yeah, that's it. And then you keep going on about your business.
I saw Man United is interested in the young Sporting Kansas City kid, the U17, Gianluca Busio. That's interesting.
Yeah. There's going to be
good for him.
That's going to be the nice thing, too, coming up. There's going to be a lot of transfer talks coming in the next couple weeks or so. January's right around the corner. I hate to say it, but
hot stove. I love the and funny season where these ridiculous transfer rumors.
Yeah, dude. And you'll see every day there'll be something like
stupid. Some guy will like say something like in a German like pub, and then that'll get like lost in translation.
Be
in,
like Messi
Spain.
to Hamburg, and like no, dude, that's not happening.
It's like, what's the source? No credible. You look up, it's just like some guy in the pub. Like,
drunk,
I said it.
Drunk dude in a pub.
Drunk guy in pub says Messi's leaving.
Yeah.
And then all of Spain starts freaking out. And then everyone like me, I'm like, yes, caughtoffsides.com. What do we got? It's like, oh shit, Ronaldo to the Union. and then I text that to my group chat, and they're like, yeah, that's funny. He's worth more than our whole stadium.
So did you see what the All-Star game is going to be for MLS in 2020 now?
No, I didn't.
Well, normally, if anybody doesn't know, the MLS All-Star Game, they usually bring in like a top squad from Europe.
Are they going back to East West?
No, and then like 5 guys from the top squad don't even show up or play, so it's like pointless. So now they are going. It looks like they're playing a Liga MX All-Star team. So it's going to be. I'm telling you that league merger is coming.
No.
You say I've been saying it since I've met you, and I
hate it.
It's going to happen, man. They're not going to be able to get enough teams and franchises in this country.
Oh, it's going to happen.
To keep it competitive.
It's happening.
That they're going to combine, and they're going to.
Nope.
They're going to.
Nope.
They're going to end up combining these 2 leagues, and you're going to have relegation, and you're going to have to travel to Tijuana to play.
I ain't doing it. That's not happening. No way.
We didn't speak of the USL Championship either. I watched it the other night.
I saw it. They're trying to hype. They're trying to. I think they're in college football. They're like, hey, by the way, if you want to watch some soccer tomorrow, 7:30, the Louisville City plays the Johnsonville Bratwurst or something like that. I was like, why would college football people really want to watch the USL?
Yeah, I guess.
No offense to the USL.
I guess they had to get their plug in there, but.
Well, yeah, their producers in their ear like, hey, hype this game up. It's like, I don't even know who that is.
I was just happy it was actually televised.
Did Louisville win again?
I didn't end up watching until the end, but I'm almost positive they were up 1-0 when I.
My favorite coach in the whole world is the coach at Louisville City, John Hackworth, the old Union fuck. Turn us into the ground.
No, Real Monarchs.
Did they?
With a 3-1 victory.
Wow.
Yeah, Louisville scored in the 6th minute, and I was like, here we go again. They're going to win this thing again. And I think I turned it off by halftime, and then that's when it was 1-1, and then, yeah. So it was crazy.
Damn, man.
They got a new championship. They might have a team in Buffalo for the USL, too. I know they're expanding.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be like a 38 team, and then we're going to have 16 team, MLS 1, MLS 2.
And no, I'm telling you, you're gonna have Liga MX in there too.
I don't want Liga MX.
You're gonna have 3 leagues. You're gonna have 3 leagues.
Nope. Not happening.
It's gonna be this huge
combo.
combo.
I think the Mexicans, they're proud of their league. I don't think they would ever merge.
But it's gonna come down to money, like everything. They're not gonna. I mean, they're not gonna have a choice. They're gonna look at what the options would be.
I just don't want that.
Yeah, it sucks. Honestly, I think it sucks for probably some of the clubs in Mexico too, because I don't know if they're going to be able to afford to travel. Exactly.
Why would you want to do that?
I don't know.
Let's play a Tuesday night in Guadalajara. No. Let's not do that. How about?
Hey, the NFL played in Stadium Azteca last night.
That's another thing they should get rid of, but that's another show to be on.
Oh, the NFL is going global. You're crazy.
But, yeah, what else? Oh, I saw Maradona, my boy, Diego Maradona, step down from his coaching
Could he put his name in the hat for the Spurs job now?
He is a fucking
Try and
drug
step
addict,
on Mourinho's toes.
He is a crazy person.
He is, man. But he was one of the greatest players of all time.
This is how crazy Maradona is. And if people that don't know, I'm assuming if you're watching this, you probably know Diego Maradona. He's probably one of the best players ever. Top 5 for sure.
Absolutely.
But this guy's a nutcase. Like he had a king's chair on the touchline, and he was just sitting in his little king chair coaching the game.
Oh yeah. He's out of his mind, but I kind of like that.
I mean,
and it just he was such a good player, and I don't like Argentina usually as a national team, but like
dude's lost his mind.
Yeah, you can't deny how good he was. So
it was Argentinian first division club, Gimnasia La Plata.
Yeah, was he there like 2 months?
2 months. Gimnasia La Plata was in 22nd place in the table.
They're brave for even bringing him in.
And they lost 5 out of 8, and I think he was like, well, this team sucks, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm going to do more lines off somebody's tits or something. Because he was, what was it?
Dude,
the World
he's
Cup,
a party animal.
He was in the box, Sweets, like going crazy.
Oh, yeah. No, he's an absolute party animal. He loves to get it in. I love it.
What is going on?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Maybe he won't do that. I don't know.
Nah, I'm telling you, I feel like this Mourinho thing is like right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Like possibly before they play this week. Because they haven't announced anybody like as an interim or anything. Like you said, I think half the staff at least got launched with him. So you might see something in the next couple of days. It's only Tuesday. They got all week to make a move.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going to go.
I wanted to pick them, but I would have liked to know the coach before we made that, so we opted not to pick them in this week's rundown.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
so are we going to do red card, yellow cards at the end, or are we going to run down, do you want to run down the coming up first?
Yeah.
And then finish with that?
Yeah, let's run down the games.
Yeah, because we haven't been able to talk about those teams in a while, and I'm starting to miss them. And I have my new team, so I'm all excited to start rooting for my new team this week. A really exciting game. That move was real. I'm completely over.
You're still an Arsenal guy.
I'm not, man. I'm over that life. I picked a team years ago for whatever. I had my reasons, I guess, when I picked them. But my loyalty does not need to lie with them anymore. I'm going back to my roots, and Bournemouth is my team. That's it.
Back in Salisbury, England, or whatever?
Yes. I started following Salisbury FC on Twitter, the men's team, the women's team, and the youth team. And I'm going to send them a message this week, and I'm going to try and get them to bring me to Salisbury and be like a guest announcer or something in a game, or like a PA guy or something.
You should.
Oh, I absolutely am. I found them with my personal account and with the team or our account. I call it the team account.
Before we move on, I was looking at the U.S. team, the info tonight. They're not even playing in Cuba.
Well, I don't think they can.
Or they can't.
I don't think technically.
I thought we were allowed there now.
I don't know how it goes.
We're playing in the Cayman Islands.
Okay. Yeah, I think sporting wise, like I don't even think they recognize some of that. Don't be surprised if some dude hops in the luggage compartment of our plane on the way home too.
That's bad.
It's not a bad. That's how they defect, bro. They get out. They play sports and they get to play in a spot where baseball guys do it all the time. They come over here for one tournament and they play like it's a 3-game tournament. And after the second game, all of a sudden they're like, "Yo, where's so and so?" And they're like, "I don't know, bro. He's out." He just disappears for like months, and then he pops his head up and is like, "Yep, I defected. I'm in the U.S. now." But that's how they got to do it. That's why a lot of them play sports, because it gives them that opportunity.
Life of a ball player.
Yeah. It's still not peaches and cream down in Cuba. Like, I know things have changed, but these guys still got to, like, dip out. They're not just welcome to leave as they please.
So be it.
So there's no home field advantage or anything tonight.
I don't think they could have. Nothing's getting in the way anyway.
I don't think security they could have a U.S. team play in Cuba. I don't think they'd be able to.
I don't even know the rules.
Yeah, like I don't think they could pass that under security.
All right, let's do this Prem shit.
Let's get to it. Might as well start right at the.
There's a lot of Saturday games and one Sunday and one Monday.
Yeah, it's one of these weird weeks again.
I don't know why they keep doing this to me.
I don't know.
What am I supposed to watch at 9 o'clock on Sunday?
Bundesliga.
Serie
A is now on ESPN Plus.
I got ESPN's to Plus.
Yeah, so there's always something to watch.
I just might not be up. That's what I was saying.
The other day I was flipping through and I looked at the time. I'm like, there's no way this game's live, and I didn't put it on right away. And then I realized it was a live game. It was the Portugal, Lithuania or somebody. And yeah, it was just super early our time, and I wasn't thinking about it. But games are starting to pop up more and more on TV. And speaking of the early game, might as well go right into that breakfast game.
I was going to say, yeah, that's a pretty good one. I mean, intriguing from what we talked about in earlier. West Ham hosts Tottenham.
Yeah, so maybe they'll have a new coach for this game. Maybe they'll have an interim.
I feel like they might wait till after this game and then make a decision. Have some whatever, I don't know what sorry guy is going to get in there. And
let's see Daniel Levy stand on the sideline.
Yeah, right. That's funny. He's like, I'm good, man.
He's like,
I watch from
I watch from the box.
Yeah, I mean,
temperature-controlled box.
These are two teams that are struggling.
Yeah, big time. West Ham way more, though.
West Ham has not won in 6 games.
Yeah, dude.
Spurs
going on a month and a half.
Spurs haven't won a game since September, though, either, right?
No, but...
Or an away game.
Well, yeah.
No, they haven't won a game.
In Premier League, yeah.
Yeah.
They've won in
September.
some other competitions, but yeah, it's been a while. So, but dude, West Ham's not even just like not winning; they're not drawing really either. Like they're losing. They're getting a draw here and there, but they're just losing. Like it's bad.
No goal scoring from anybody.
No, everybody's going quiet all of a sudden, and
Hala hasn't done anything since like week 2.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. I don't get it.
I don't know.
They have some talented players. Felipe Anderson's pretty legit, and Yarmolenko, and they're just not putting it together. They can't get anything going offensively, and then I feel like they're playing scared defensively, and usually when you play scared defensively, you let up stupid goals, and that's what they've been doing.
Yeah, I feel Tottenham maybe is going to come out and actually win a game.
They'll probably do that try-hard it's not about the coach. It wasn't even his fault.
New manager, they're like, yes.
Yeah, we're going to be great. We're going to do this. I don't know.
Because we didn't try.
I don't know. Or they might be in disarray, or they might – who knows what you're going to get from this team right now. They've been very unpredictable. We'll see if it was coaching, or we'll see if it was, just the team's maybe not as good.
Both teams just need to win.
Yeah, that's it.
So there's a bunch of 10 o'clock games. First one, Bournemouth hosts Wolves.
Yeah, my cherries.
Your new cherries, your newfound love of the cherries.
Absolutely. I've been studying the roster. I've been breaking down the talent and
trying to figure out who's going to score.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious that for Bournemouth, if anybody's going to score, it's going to be Callum Wilson, Harry Wilson, or Josh King. That's really what it comes down to.
That's it.
They play very good defense. I don't know. Fraser's back, it seems like. He's been playing good.
Guess who they're playing this week? The
Draw
Kings.
The Draw Kings.
So you damn well know it's going to be a draw.
Mr. Raul Jimenez is on fire right now.
Sure is.
So, I don't know, man.
Let me start this one off. We're going to pick this one.
We are going to pick this one.
1-1.
Oh, what a surprise.
Bitch.
He's pulling his draw card with the Draw Kings. Where's our total going into this week, too? I know you have it written down because we had a week off. So
39-38, Brian.
So I'm literally up 1 point right now, and he's pulling a draw card with the Draw Kings on the first pick.
I made a shirt about them.
You motherfucker. That's all right, though, because I think you should have known that being that this is the first game Bournemouth is playing under my newfound fandom, that I'm absolutely going to go with Bournemouth. And we are going with a 2-0 home win. They play good enough defense to do so. Goalkeeping, still a little bit of a question, but I don't know. I'm feeling them at home. They're gonna do one of those. They've been like on that little flux lately, and they're due for a win. And they're my boys now. So
they don't score though.
I understand they don't score, but they're going to start scoring. You know why?
Even at home, they still can't put the ball in the net.
Let's see. Let's look at their last few.
1-1, 0-0.
I know.
1-0.
It's been a little bit of a struggle.
0-0.
2-1, 0-0, 0-0, 1-0 to Arsenal. Somebody's going to find a way. Early in the year, they were scoring 3-1, 3-1, 2. It's going to be 2-0.
Times are changing.
Times are changing.
All right, let's talk about your Gunners. They host
not my Gunners anymore. My former Gunners. Let's be clear, my former.
Still the Gunners at home against Southampton. This seems like a nice win.
It should be, but watch. They're the draw princes. And
true.
Don't be surprised, man. There's a lot of disarray going on with this team. I don't know how they're going to do coming off the break.
If you draw or lose to Southampton at home, you might as well pack it up.
I guess the only positive thing is
because then we'll have 2 coaches that are fired.
Yeah.
Because I'd be with a pitchfork and a fire going to Unai's house in North London saying, what is your deal?
If they draw or lose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm livid if that happens.
I don't think they'd lose, but I'm telling you, do not be surprised if they don't win this game. They could draw this game so easily. Remember, they've drawn Watford this year.
They have.
Like, early in the year when Watford was at its worst, they basically could have lost to Villa. And almost should have lost to Villa. Who else did they draw so far? They draw the Wolves.
They did. It was the draw Kings versus the draw Princes.
Dude, they are underperforming, and
but isn't that Arsenal every season underperforming?
But come on, I mean, this is really bad. There's talent on. You can't deny there's not talent on that team. Lacazette can play, Aubameyang can play, Pepe can play. Like
Lacazette, yeah.
Lacazette.
He's either something's nagging him injury wise, or he's lacking confidence, or both.
Well, he definitely gets nagging injuries, without a doubt. But he hasn't been getting the time. He's only played 7 matches, and he scores. He seems to find the goal when he plays.
Coach.
Oh, it's definitely in the coaching.
Yeah, we're not.
But he's not going anywhere. I'm telling you, don't. The guys that own that team are idiots.
Well, we know that already.
Yeah.
How about the Gulls, Brighton versus Leicester?
This is a quite intriguing matchup.
I almost said to pick this one too, but I was like, Leicester's been really good though.
Yeah, Leicester's like the cream of the crop right now in the league.
Leicester's been really good.
They've been absolutely dominant, although the Gulls have won 3 out of their last 5. But Leicester is a kind of a force to be reckoned with. I think on the road, they're still going to stay dominant. I don't know. Maybe like a 2-1 type victory. Something along
Leicester
those
win.
lines. Yeah, I don't see them faltering to Brighton. Again, you never know in this league, just the way it is. But I think that team's too good. I think they've shown that they're not a fraud. That
away doesn't matter. They're getting the job done.
Yeah, they're getting the job done. Worst case, they're getting out of there with a draw probably, but most likely a win.
Yeah, I don't think they've been just way too consistent this year to drop points in a game that they should win, because they've been winning games that they've been getting the results that they should against teams that they should beat.
Right. They're doing what Arsenal doesn't. They're winning the games that you're supposed to get those extra 2 points.
Hence
keep
1 in
yourself
third
up in
and
the
1
table.
in whatever.
Yeah, 6 now, 7. I don't know.
But yeah.
Don't care.
So Palace will host Liverpool, and this has just murder all over it. Like, I could see Liverpool going in there and to Selhurst and just tearing them apart.
I don't know.
Because Palace is on another team that's very on the decline.
They are. They've lost 3 out of their last 4, and that even the 4th one was a draw. So they haven't won in a while.
Maybe not murder, but like 3-0 maybe.
Yeah, Liverpool's trying to just keep that pace up and show that they are who they are. Again, you just hope that they don't have one of those games where they kind of overlook Palace and get ahead of themselves. But most likely they should just run right through this Palace team, unfortunately, for our Crystal Palace DC brethren and Twitter followers.
Still love you.
We do.
Everton hosts Norwich.
Ugh. This
is one of those where you're like, well, Everton should definitely win.
Put it this way.
And then the Canaries come out and actually do something.
Dude, as
Pookie
bad.
was hot this weekend.
Pookie was hot. I keep telling you, you don't listen. He can play for Finland. It's not his fault. Pookie is not the problem this Norwich team is having. And he will be on a Premier League team next year when they go back down to the championship. You can book that.
Are you saying it's Daniel Faka's fault?
I don't think it's Daniel Faka's fault. I think they had 9 guys injured at one point. And when you're a team coming up from that league and you lose players and you basically didn't add anybody before the start of this year, like, it's going to be hard to compete. It just really is. There's no way to debate that. And unfortunately, they have not been able to keep up. And I think they're going to go down. But Pookie's not. I mean, he's proved that he can play in this league already.
True.
He won a Premier League Player of the Month early in the year. Like, he can score if there's other people around him that are a threat. But when no one else is a threat and you can just key in on him, of course he's going to struggle. So he got Finland in their first ever Euros. Like, that's huge. But they're not going to win this week. They're going to lose to Everton. And if Everton does anything but beat Norwich, like Silva's right behind Poach, bro. Like,
yeah, you can't lose this if you're an Everton supporter here. That'd be rough because, again, another team, Norwich, that just can't score. Nobody's scoring. I don't think they scored in like 4 games.
No. And he'll probably be tired from playing for Finland.
He's like, I'm spent.
Yeah, he's done.
He puts all his energy into his home country instead of this team that's floundering.
Hey, do you blame the guy? Like, he's making Finnish history.
Oh, come on.
They've never made a Euro. They qualified their first ever Euro. That's huge. He's still a legend, man, on my it's half my show, and he's still a legend.
He was a legend, like, in the first month.
He was. He still is.
He did great those 30 days. What else we got? Watford and Burnley. That's a freaking snoozer.
Yeah, I mean, Burnley's at least been playing halfway decent. Halfway.
Really?
Oh, not really. I mean, they've won 2 out of their last 5. But I guess they played decent the last game, so.
I don't know.
They had a 3-0 win last week.
Did they play Norwich or somebody?
No, they played West Ham, which was supposed to come out. I mean, they did lose 3-0 to Sheffield 2 weeks ago. But Sheffield's legit, so I'm not even saying that's like a big thing anymore. Like, Sheffield's the real deal.
I mean, can Watford get their second win?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be a while before we see that second one again now. I mean, who knows? Maybe that built the confidence. They're home. Maybe they get rolling. De La Fuego keeps going. And
probably not, but
I'd like to see my boy Deeney get on the pitch and do something.
Probably not.
Probably not. That has a draw written all over it. Like a 1-1 type draw game all over it.
That sounds like a game I'm not going to watch.
Yeah. Did we pick 2 in this half? Or no, never mind. That's the last game that we're picking.
So the cream of the crop, the best game of the weekend, Man City will host Chelsea at 12:30.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
So what do I say? I'm a little nervous. Not gonna lie. It's the first like true test for this young Chelsea team, and I mean we'll see how they're gonna shape up against the perennial powers in the league.
So that's why you picked that other game first. So I had to pick this one first. You sneaky.
Oh, that's yeah.
I see what you did there.
Now I'm just gonna gauge off whatever you pick. I'm gonna kind of go.
Shit. Well, now I'm gonna really throw a curveball in because I might pick Chelsea to win this game. I might not. Isn't that our poll question?
Yes, it is.
Can we get the poll question before I make my pick?
Yeah. So right now, the Chelsea will beat Manchester on Saturday. 50-50. 50% agree, 50% disagree.
Wow.
Well, then that's
not helping you anyway.
Oh no,
it was leaning towards agree. We just had another vote come in, so it's 50-50 now.
Well, that's perfect time to pull my draw card.
I think that's all my boys rooting for Chelsea.
And I'm going to call this a 2-2 draw. You can take my draw card for that one.
Oh.
Perfect for the 50-50. Gives me that safe way out.
You would pull this draw.
Because I was going to go with whoever the poll leader was, and then I was going to pick a score off of that. I was going to say 2-1 one way or another, but so I threw the extra goal in there and went with a 2-2 draw.
Man.
That's what you get for pulling your draw card early.
Yeah, I know.
You got it.
But mine was warranted.
Can they do it? So's mine. This game has
draw kings get draws.
It's true.
Fuck. I hate picking against my team, but I have to. I don't know if, especially at Man City, I don't know if this is a test for the young Chelsea team.
After the Liverpool loss too, City's going to be like hungry.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to say 2-1 City. I hate to say it.
He's doing it, guys.
Yeah.
You heard that. You heard he's going with his
I did it.
He's going with his head, not his heart.
I have to.
Yeah.
If it was at Chelsea, if it was at the Bridge,
you would have flipped it.
But
I mean, I was going 2-1 either way. It was going to be whoever was the head of the poll question. So I got saved by the 50-50. Whoever threw that last vote in, thank you very much.
I told someone, he'd be like, hey. Not today.
All right, well, that should be a hell of a game, though. Definitely tune into that game.
I'm excited, but definitely
Saturday, you got nothing to do at 12:30. Everybody should be watching that game.
I won't be able to watch, actually.
Well, I'll be working Pan.
Yeah.
I know.
It sucks.
Everybody else will be able to watch.
It should be awesome.
We'll be live scoring updates, and then we'll be going back and watching all the film on it. So it is what it is. This is the last.
I mean, I'm going to watch it, just not live.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
It does sometimes.
But yeah, so.
That's part of doing this and having a real life until we really hit it big and can do this every day, man. Then we won't have to worry about that shit.
Weekend warrior.
It is the last football game at Penn, so. Yeah, and it's televised against Princeton, so it'll be dope. It'll be cold as shit, probably, but it'll be dope.
Got my long Johnnies.
So we got Sunday.
Sunday, 11:30. Sheffield hosts.
Sunday.
Manchester United.
Be able to get this game in pretty much right before any NFL kickoff, guys. So watch it. It's going to be on TV. It's the only game on TV. It definitely should be a good game. Sheffield has been absolutely on fire.
Yeah.
United's
got a little
United's back.
Manchester United, they got a little bit of some momentum riding into this game.
They're rolling right now. I mean, they're back up to 7th in the table.
If they weren't playing like a decent, I would definitely go Sheffield, no doubt. But maybe they turned the corner a little bit, this Man United team.
Dude, look at this, Matt. I mean, right now, this is pretty awesome. 5 versus 7. A point separates them. They have equal goal differentials. I mean, this is on paper.
Is this one of the biggest games in Sheffield history?
I would think so. I mean, dude, you're sitting 5th in the table right now.
And you got a Manchester United team coming into your home that, struggled early and is you're
now
almost
getting
the favorites.
Hot. Yeah, like
who'd have thunk that?
It's absolutely crazy to think that would be the case.
It'll be a fun one.
It should be an awesome game, and if you want to. Again, get into the league or whatever, that's a perfect time to throw that game on. I guarantee you that game's going to be good enough that starting at 11:30, what are our games usually? 2 hours? Mm-hmm. So that would roll you into 1:30. You're not going to switch off till this game is over to NFL football if you watch this game. That's how good of a game we're going to get out of this game. That's all I'm going to say.
I want to say yes.
I hope
yes.
So.
I'm not going to switch and go to the Eagles-Seahawks game.
I would never. They're going to be down in the first half anyway.
Show your mouth.
Actually, if anything tells us they'll be up in the first half, and then they'll just forget how to play.
Let's stop.
Whatever. I'm not going into that.
But
I'm going to be the most hated man on the threads. Whatever. But we got to pick this.
Yes, we are.
We got to pick this, and we're still going to need enough time while we got Monday's game, and then. You're picking this one.
Is it mine?
First.
Okay.
Yeah, because you picked. Yep. If we're going the every other.
I mean, Sheffield's no joke this year. Otherwise, I'd be like, hey, they've been actually pretty consistent.
Should have thought about that. This could be another. This could be another good time to pull a draw card. I wasn't thinking about that when I pulled mine last game either.
Man. Let's go 1-0 Sheffield. That's balls, but
that
I don't care.
Absolutely crossed my mind.
I think United will get on the board, but again,
it's tough.
If they were at home, it'd be a little different. I think if it was at Old Trafford, but Sheffield's been good.
It's really hard to pick against this Sheffield team.
I'm saying,
and it's really hard to pick United against this Sheffield team. But the fact that you've crept back within 1 point of me, I'm going to have to go with 2-1 United.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sheffield maybe jumps out to an early lead and then just can't play defense for the whole 90.
Yeah,
United gets some lucky shit. They seem to draw the most penalties in all. I feel like every week they're at least up there for a penalty, whether they're making it or not. That's a different story, but I don't know. They've just been playing better, and I think for the sake of making these picks, I'm absolutely kind of going to root for Sheffield when I'm watching it, other than losing the points to you.
I was torn. I really was, but I think Sheffield's been playing good enough to
they have
win.
They definitely have. I mean, I saw it as an Arsenal fan. We lost 1-0. That was so your pick's not crazy.
All right. So the Monday game, 3:00. Aston Villa will host Newcastle.
This has actually become an interesting game because
Newcastle's on a 2-game winning streak, right?
Newcastle's on a 2-game winning streak, and they found scoring all of a sudden, which is
from not strikers though.
Yeah,
a lot of defenders.
Yeah, but they're 2 in the last one against Bournemouth, last one against Bournemouth, and Bournemouth plays good D.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 against West Ham, which the way West Ham's been playing, that's not saying much, I guess. But yeah, I mean they've been rolling along, but Villa doesn't really concede much.
Yeah,
they finally let up that first half goal last week, I guess it was, against the Wolves, but that was the first one they've let up all year. And they've played good competition.
Mm-hmm.
So in general, they play very good defense. They're home. I got to pick this one first.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just talking and kind of stalling.
I know. You're doing what? You're pulling my
because
move
I don't
off.
see how I could possibly pick Newcastle, but I was like, I was on the cusp of picking Newcastle, but I think I'm gonna pick Villa at home. Newcastle can't keep this going. I know they're a better defense now with Kieran Clark's been playing really well, and with Yedlin back, they're definitely a better D. I was gonna go. I got to take a goal out of there. I'm going to go with like 2-1 again. 2-1 Villa this time.
2-1
I was going to give them 3. I don't know if they're going to score 3. I think Newcastle's D has been much improved over the last few weeks. So, yeah, we're going to go 2-1 Villa.
All right. Well, since we're getting crazy with points. Cutthroating it up.
Yeah, we just can't be getting so loose on these. We got to take that first pick and run with it. And
I'd be stupid, but do the Magpies keep going? Yeah, they do.
Monday Night Football.
2-1 Newcastle upset.
Awesome.
So it's contentious with the picks this week.
Yes. Just so everybody gets 2 Monday Night Football games this week. One in our league and one in the other league. So you can watch this game at 3 o'clock.
Yes, indeed.
While you're working, most likely. Throw it on your computer or something at work. Stream it.
Yeah. So that's the preview of Week 13. I mean, we actually have a pretty good slate, honestly.
Yeah.
We're starting to get into that meat of that schedule and starting to creep towards the Boxing Days right around the corner.
It's weird when you look at a schedule preseason and then as you get 9 or 10 or whatever weeks into a year and then games completely change. Like you might look at it at the beginning of the year and be like, no one wants to watch that game. And then 10 some weeks in, now all of a sudden like, damn, this is a really good game. Like I want to actually see this. So
true that. Our wonderful listener, Eric, has a question.
Okay.
He was like, if Man United called Pep Guardiola, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would he dare leave City for United? Obviously, one of the bigger clubs. He said, let's say Pep won the Champions League within the next 2 seasons. What else would he need to win at City to make him stay?
Probably nothing, but I think the only job that I see Pep leaving City for at this point would probably be like Barca.
Yeah, going somewhere.
Going back to his roots where he played. And I don't know. I think he's going to continue to try to accomplish. Like,
wasn't he at Bayern before this?
Yeah, there's
really nothing. I was thinking about this. I'm like, there's really nothing. I don't think it doesn't matter. I think if City wins 2 Champions Leagues and a job that he wanted was available, I think he would leave.
Yeah.
Because in the world
I don't even think he cares at this point. I think if the job he wanted came along, he would leave without the Champions League. He's already won the Premier League.
Yeah.
Like,
because, I mean, not that there's no loyalty with coaches, but, I mean, it's a coaching carousel.
Right. And he's going to end up
and
going.
If the money's there and it's a big job, these coaches don't care.
Right. Especially if they're if they're going to be able to go to a team that's also going to play in Champions League, they don't care. They're not going to go to a team that's like struggling and they're not going to get that opportunity.
Because every manager, you could win 1 million titles with one team, but to make like a manager that will stand out in like the history of time and one of the best ever, is winning multiple titles with different clubs.
Absolutely.
So even if he wins one with City, he still would want to win one with some other team.
And that's why I keep calling for Jesse Marsch for the U.S. team, because he did exactly that as a player and a coach.
You always want the next best thing.
Yeah.
You always want
a guy that can win no matter where they go.
Everybody wants a challenge, and Pep won at Bayern. He's winning at City.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in his cocky mind, he'll be like, I can win somewhere else.
Well, you should be able to win a lot of
Real
these big
Madrid
clubs,
or
too.
Barcelona or wherever.
Dude, give me Barca with Messi, Griezmann, Vidal, this kid De Jong now. Like, give me that lineup. And, like, if you can't win there, and if you are a good coach, like I think he's a good coach. I think he's a bit of a weirdo sometimes, but
a little bit.
He's just fiery, man.
He's very fiery.
He's a fiery coach.
But he complains a lot.
He complains a lot. It's that.
He's a little bit of a crybaby. It's like, dude, all right. Well,
yeah, sometimes it's warranted, though, because they are kind of a hated team. Like, they're that team that, like.
Well, everybody loves that. Like I loved when Jose Mourinho was on Chelsea, and he was literally knee sliding in his suit.
Yeah.
In his suit pants.
Yeah.
Like that kind of passion, Pep gets, I think, from him.
That the problem it is, and he gets
you see
from
that with
all that
Simeone
coaching
too.
tree.
He's that big, like
he was in.
And Klopp is one of those that big celebration, just like it's like about him too.
Well, he's from that Sir Alex Ferguson coaching tree, and he was coached under him, and he played under him at Barca. Like he's a fiery player. He was that way as a player. Like he was like that guy that you just want on your team. He wasn't necessarily the best.
Right.
But he was a guy that you wanted on your team that actually cares about the game. So, I don't know. We'll see what's in store here.
Yeah, but I guess to answer your question, Eric, there's probably nothing that you could really do.
Yeah,
with Pep, I think.
I'm telling you, my thought is probably the Barca job.
He'd take it.
Yeah.
Or some bigger club. Doesn't matter, win Champions League or whatever. Yeah. He's going to take it.
I feel like City's like the rich kid. Like, that's all they are. Like, people only want to hang out with them now because they have the money. Like, no one really cares about City. And at some point, if something ever happens, they're just kind of go back to the wayside. Like, they just kind of popped out of nowhere as that, like, snobby rich kid.
They lose all their money.
Yeah, and, like, he's just the face of them, so he gets that, like, people feel that about him. But I don't think that's –
their daddy oil money.
That's how he
gets in trouble. And
he just wants to win.
I get it. Yeah. But, yeah, hey.
So
that'd be interesting to follow.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, before we wrap up, red card, yellow card.
We got 2 minutes left, so red card, yellow card. Again, I did it the last time they played, and it's I'm gonna put our U.S. team tonight on notice as a yellow card. I'm very happy again that we got that 4-1 win against Canada, but you got to show up tonight against Cuba. You got to dominate in one way or another. And handle your business. And if you don't, then next time we talk, it's definitely going to be a big-ass red card.
Next time we talk.
The next time we talk. And as far as the red card goes, I mean, we're going to stay consistent with it, is this racism bullshit that we keep hearing and dealing with. There's no place for it in the game. It's just a sport. Let these guys play. They're out there playing their asses off. There's no reason. You want to, do some banter to them like we do here in the States and talk some junk, that's fine, but you don't need to take race into it. It's unnecessary. So that's where my red card goes.
Heard.
You?
I'm going to say yellow card to, I'm going to go crazy, Zlatan. It's like after his comments about, well, once I leave the MLS, no one will watch the MLS. Well, screw you, bud.
Yeah.
The MLS is going to be here long after you're dead. So you might as well just leave, bud.
He did think he was above the league.
So I'm just like, slow your roll, Holmes. It's still a good league. You don't gotta walk out and while bashing the league. Okay? Chill. But obviously red card, we're gonna you have to. We're gonna be consistent and stay with the same thing. The racism thing, and hopefully when we come in next week, we're not talking about some other country doing, having this issue keep coming up and Yeah, it's just there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a way to police it better than what we're doing. We just have to come up with some.
Yeah, especially these low-level teams. They could get fined bad enough that they literally have to fold.
Then that's going to be the next thing where you're going to get the death penalty and you're not even going to play for a year or two.
And then those mid-level Belgian teams aren't going to be able to afford to do that. Then they're just going to lose their club.
I think that's what it has to come down to, that somebody has to get made an example at some point.
Yeah.
And it's going to be bad because you're going to lose money and you're probably going to fold, like you said, and you're going to be in financial hell. But, I mean, until people start, using their goddamn brains, and I don't know,
Yeah.
We don't know.
All right. Well, we have anything else from you, my man?
No, we're good.
All right.
We're good to go.
So let's go. USA tonight,
yeah,
baby.
USA, 7:30. Is it on ESPN2?
I believe it is on ESPN2 or ESPN News, so You'll find it. FS1 somewhere. Let's go Cherries.
Yeah, so thank you again, guys, for watching. We'll see you guys next week. We'll run down the week 13 and then we'll preview 14 and hopefully have some good things to say about the U.S. men's national team as well.
Yes.
So, all right, guys, we'll see you next week.
Later.